We turn our attention today to Manipur, that is scarily falling off the headlines, even as fresh violence and conflict has been reported in the state in the past 48 hours. I'm Barkha Dutt, you're with the Mojo story. Our relentless focus on the situation in Manipur continues. It is now month 4 since the crisis and the violence in the state erupted. While in the interim, it looked as if the situation was quietening down, the last 2 or 3 days have led to a fresh round of violence and confrontation between the two clashing communities, the Meiteis and the Kukis. We have made an attempt to bring you voices from all sides of this dispute. We've also tried to enable a dialogue among the communities themselves. But the situation now is still alarming. There are blockades on the highways and the roads that connect the city of Imphal to the hill areas like Churachandpur. And there is also a big question mark as to how medical supplies and medical access, as well as essential supplies, are to be ferried into these areas. To talk about the situation in Manipur, what's happening both on the ground and behind the scenes, let's go across to our guest today. We're joined by Benjamin Mate. Benjamin Mate used to be the vice president of the BJP in the state. He's still a member of the state executive of the BJP. He's a prominent Kuki leader. His Twitter feed is filled with videos and testimonies from the ground, and we have also often used him to get access to several voices on the ground when we have been reporting on the ground. So, Mr. Mate, thank you for joining us. And let me start by asking you, what is the situation like today? We have reported, of course, that in the last 48 hours, we have seen fresh tensions. A prominent local musician of your community was among those who was killed. Can you tell us a little bit about what the latest situation is first?
Uh, Firstly, thank you, Barkha, for having me. In the past 2 3 days, after some period of calm and peace, again the violence has started. So it this violence happened mainly on top of this Moirang town. If you that Moirang was famous for INA complex and all. So if you have been to Chusanpur, you must be knowing that Moirang. It is on the right
Yes.
side. If you go from Imphal to Chusanpur, there is a Kuki settlement called Hausabung area. There is
Hmm.
what to say like it is a buffer zone between the valley and the hills.
Hmm.
And right now, as far as the information on the ground is concerned, from Cookie's side, 4 of our precious life has been lost. But I don't
In the
know about
la-
the British.
in the last 2 or 3 days.
Yeah, in the last 2 or 3 days, and there has been around 7 casualties from our side, and
Hmm.
mostly the dead and those casualties are hit by bomb splinters. And I have been vocal about using of these artilleries like 2-inch mortar, 3-inch mortars by the state forces. And we have Manipur has witnessed lots of insurgency operation by this central government. But in the past 2 or 3 decades of this operation, we haven't heard about Indian Army using these kind of artilleries or bombs against the
Yes,
insurgents. But
but
right
but you know,
now,
Mr. Mate, when I was on the ground in Manipur, both
yeah,
sides are completely weaponized, right? The farmers I met in the Meiteis community had guns. The young men I met in the Kuki community had guns, and there were mortars also in use. So when you say shrapnel, bomb shrapnel, has killed people of your community, I'm not surprised. And even the
mm,
Director General of Assam Rifles gave a statement saying the entire society is weaponized, how he's never seen a situation like this before. These are some of the young men I met in the hill areas. Now, Mr. Mathia, I
yeah,
want to ask you, among
mm,
those who have died is a very young, popular musician. Can you talk a little
yeah.
bit about him?
Yeah, he's Mangboy Lumdim. Yeah, he came his lyric become very popular during this violence because it is about our land and our people and how we have to steadfastly defend our ancestral land. So it become very viral. And then
Hmm.
at the prime of his life, unfortunately, he is an armed civilian, but unfortunately his vehicle was hit by a bomb from the state forces, fired by the state forces, and Mr. Mangboy and another Goite, he's a young guy. Both of them
Hmm.
got killed.
So you are
Yeah.
blaming the Manipur paramilitary for this? Manipur
Yeah,
State
exactly.
Paramilitary.
Yeah, they're the
But
one
but
who.
but, but see they would argue that they also have a very tough job on their hands, right? The point is that you
No,
have armed civilians on both sides.
no, because Barkhaji, what happened is now we have a buffer zone, and that the buffer zone is manned by the center security forces. Why, why did the state forces try to what is storm that Kuki buffer zone in that area in the first place? Had they didn't encroach that area, then there won't be no firing. They are the one who is provoking the Kuki zone village defenders, and mostly they accuse us of using what is sophisticated weapons. Most, if you have been on the ground, and I salute you for that, but
Thank you,
on
sir.
the ground you might have seen it that most of our boys, they are defending themselves with these single barrel guns, and also
Yes.
pipe bombs indigenously. They created this
Yes,
pipe bombs,
the
pipe, not pipe bombs,
pump.
it is a pipe gun. It is a big pipe gun, so they have no
Yes.
choice. Yeah.
Is this what you call the pumpy?
We call it Pumpi, and this has been
Pumpy. The
famous.
pumpy, yes.
Yeah, this Pumpi, it comes from the idea came from
I think we
during the
have
war.
pictures. I think we have pictures of it somewhere. We'll try and pull them up, but
Yeah,
go ahead. Yes,
yeah,
yes,
Barkhaji, let me tell you something about this Pumpi. Pumpi was
yes.
firstly used during 1917 to 1919 when our forefather fought against the British. That time,
Hmm.
most of these barrel, that Pumpi barrel was used by they used that Pumpi barrel. They used this animal skin, mostly that
Yeah.
mithun skin, for that pumpy
Hmm.
bearers. Now,
Mm-hmm.
with the development of technology and availability of these pipes and all, we are now what is a transforming into these water pipes. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I did actually meet, and I was told about this Pumpy gun, and it looks like a small cannon. And
Yeah, it is a
I
small cannon. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. We'll
Yeah.
we'll we'll pull up those pictures when we have them. But please,
Mm.
please do go on. The point is, you're saying that the central forces were guarding the buffer zone, and you're blaming the Manipur local sort of police for stepping into this situation. Now, tell me, you are. Oh, here it is. I think you can show us. Maybe
Yeah,
is
yeah,
this
yeah. This is
right?
correct. Yeah, yeah.
This is the
Mm.
Pumpy.
Yeah,
This
this
is
is
the
the pumpy. Yeah. Mm.
this is the Pumpy, right? This is the
Yeah.
Pumpy. So this is the Pumpy that that is handcrafted.
Yeah, handcrafted, and these are only most of the barrels are these pipe bombs on the water pipes only. Yeah.
Yes. Now, given that both sides are armed, Mr. Mate, you
Mm.
are a leader of the BJP, right?
Mm.
You are still with the BJP. Is that correct?
Yeah, yeah, I'm still with BJP. Mm.
What do you expect the government, both the state and the center, to do at this moment?
Now, Barkhaji, when the violence erupted in 3rd of May, I was in Infal along with my family, and all colony must be the first one to be attacked. And
Hmm.
because I was fortunate to have provided by state security forces, and because of my protection of that security, me and my family were safe. But many of my known people, my relatives, they are not safe.
Mr.
And on the
Walte, Mr. Walte, Wongzagin Walte,
yeah,
a BJP MLA, we met him in Delhi. He's in a mob left him crippled and
yeah,
paralyzed.
exactly. That is the kind of what is it like seriousness of the incidents. So nobody has thought that no, we never expected that this kind of violence, this scare of violence, will ever erupt in Manipur, especially in Imphal, the capital city of
Yes,
Manipur. But
yes.
on the fort, we are many of our people, we have been totally desperate. We call for help, no help came. So we rushed to nearby CRPF or army camps. And I myself and family also went to Ijer South, which is the biggest army headquarters in Manipur. There, I found more than thousands of people stranded outside the camp because armies are not allowing to open the gate. So I pursued with the army. I pleaded with them, and then after some time, all peoples are allowed to enter the army camp. Then
Yes.
after that, I thought that violence may that there will be no road blockades or some kind of those what is it, that movement will not be that hampered. But
Hmm.
I took one. The army was kind enough to provide me one more security vehicle, and along with that, my own security, we tried to push into my village. My belongs to Technopal, and on the way, all road has been blocked by women folks
So
and
the
young.
so effectively the army saved your life.
Yeah, and then I'm coming to that. Then after that, we turn back since we are not going to, we cannot pass through the highway, so we turn back. On our way back, when we take this, we when we cross this Diulalen area, I with my own eyes I saw that they're burning down the church, that Kuki Christian church, and the mobs are, what to say, like, what is a gone
Yes.
war. The mobs, they
But
have
but
gone war.
but but
So
but, but
so
Mr. Mate,
we
hmm,
turn back, and then finally there is one this headquarters in the headquarters of the army, which is called a transit camp, army transit camp. So we rush into that transit camp, and there we stay put for another 4 days. Yeah, that is how we have been rescued and saved by.
I'm glad you're safe. But I'm saying when we speak with Maiti leaders, they talk about their places of worship, their women, their children being attacked. When we talk to Kuki leaders, you speak about churches being burned down. Again, young children being targeted, women being targeted, and of course we all saw the horrific viral video in which women were paraded naked and there are many testimonies, several testimonies rather, of rape that I have personally chronicled from the state. Now, my question to you, sir, is it's been 4 months. Mr. Amit Shah, the Home Minister, has been in talks with all sides. There has been no resolution yet, right? What
Yeah.
is the way for? What is the way forward, Mr. Mate? What is the way forward? We're in month 4. Can I first ask you: is the crisis today in places like Churachandpur and Kangpokpi the lack of access to medical help? A lot of people have been talking to me about this, that essential supplies and medicines are not reaching the hill areas in time because of the blockades on the highway. Can you talk a little bit about that first?
Yeah, exactly. There is the grim part of the situation that we face in hill area, and many of the all displaced person who are in that refugee camps, many of them pass away because of non-availability of this healthcare facility,
So
especially
people
in
are so
Kangpopi.
people are dying in relief
Yeah,
camps
around
in tribal
50 of,
areas
yeah, 50 of them has
because
already
of a
died.
lack of access to
Lack of
medical care.
medical facility. Yeah, medical facility. Yeah,
You're
and
saying you are saying that 50 lives you estimate have
yeah.
been lost because in the tribal areas, hill
Hmm.
areas, because
Hmm.
of a lack of access to medical care.
Exactly, that is what I'm saying, Barkaji. And
And why is this happening?
because since ages, the health infrastructure in hill area is very pathetic, and most of the super specialty hospital, most of are only available in Infal. So we the only the only, what to say, we can cite only Chuchanpur district hospital is well equipped, but not enough comparing to that health facility available in Infal for light emergency for heart cases and other issue other diseases. So,
Yes.
like Tinopal district headquarters is a newly created district headquarters. There is totally non. There is totally not even operation theater is available in Tinopal, and same with Kampopi. So because, and right now the Meitei women folks are blocking the highway, and they are not allowing these medicines and other facility to enter the Kuki Zoo area. So
So I want to repeat this. You're saying the
mm,
Meiti women, the Mira Paibis,
yeah,
are blocking the roads between the city in Imphal. I'm just explaining this for people who may not know Manipur very well. Uh,
mm,
uh, to the tribal areas, to the Kuki areas like Churachandpur, Kangpokpi, and you are saying that there is a lack of access to medicines, to super specialty hospitals, and even to operation theaters. And
yes,
with
exactly.
and what about the chopper service? I know everybody can't take a chopper, but is that helping? That's not helping?
Chopper service, they said that chopper service will be available, but still now it is not functioning.
Why is that?
I don't know. Maybe the state government is neglecting to provide that facility. Yeah,
So, and you estimate that 50 people are dead because of a lack of access to either drugs or specialized medical intervention, basically.
exactly.
That's a very
Barkha.
disturbing and serious allegation,
Hmm.
and I hope we'll have the state government's response to that. But Mr. Mate,
Hmm.
this is your party in government, right? These are
Yes,
your
yes.
colleagues. What are you hoping that the center should be doing at this point? I know back channel talks are on. I know your people have made a demand for a separate administration. The Maitis are saying no to that. What should happen now, sir, at this point?
Barkhaji, right now, to let permanent peace to prevail in Manipur, the only option is that or demand for separate administration in the form of union territory with legislative power. Until and unless that kind of solution came into place in Manipur, this violence will continue. And they
You want a
all
separate
part
union. You want a separate union territory for the Kuki people.
exactly, Barkhaji. Until and unless that happens, this violence will continue because right now we have been what is a completely we have been completely driven out from the valley, and in the meantime, the Meitei population who live in More and Kuki area has also been driven out from Kuki area. So it will be hard for both the communities to live together again with the kind of bitterness that has and
It,
the kind of
it
violence.
is a
Yeah,
de facto division of the state, a de
yeah, de
facto
facto
demographic
division. Now it
division.
has been we have been completely demographically, physically, emotionally separated. The only solution that the central government can bring in right now is to bring to bring that administration to the hill area. Now,
But
to
Mr.
say that
Mate,
now, yeah,
how can dialogue begin when both sides are armed? How can dialogue begin? How do we get people to the
exactly that
dialogue table
right now.
when thousands of weapons are in civilian control?
Yeah, Barkhaji, they have been acquisition from both parties, but in Kuki area, you might have seen it that hardly we have any that sophisticated automatic weapons. But we have to be concerned more about the more than 5,000 weapons and ammunition, 5 lakhs ammunition looted from the valley. Because right now, as far as my information is concerned, the Meitei militants, banned Meitei militants, who are what is holding up in Burma, inside Burma under the protection of the military junta, 60% of that militant has now come down to the valley. And the army, who were supposed to flush out or to recover that looted arms, they are totally helpless. They become a sitting duck because of repeal of the armed forces peace and parade. Now, if they have to operate in certain kind of area, if they got information that there is some arms available in some locality, they have to take the state police along with them, civil police. And then civil police being already radicalized and communalized, they will inform their people that we are coming for operation. So,
So
and
you're
they
saying
inform them in advance.
the army is vulnerable today without AFSPA,
Exactly,
and that's
exactly.
and that is a very valid point. Many army veterans have made that point on our programs. But if here's my question to you: if the government or if the Maitis, they are not willing to accept this separate administration. Now, you mentioned Burma. The accusation against the Kuki community is of infiltration. You would have seen posters that say narco terrorists go back. So they bring in the drug trade, the drug mafia, and also infiltration. One of the Naga MPs from Manipur, he was speaking to us and he said that, the Kuki community must accept an NRC, a counting of people. Would you support that as a BJP leader?
No, Barkhaji, NRC is just they are putting up this NRC issue for trying to malign the Kuki image. But in fact,
Hmm.
NRC cannot just happen because one state wanted it. Assam was totally a different case. So NRC. So if they accuse us of demographical change in the Kuki area, but if you go through the hard data of 2011 census,
Hmm.
2011 census data, you will see that Senapati in the hill area, Senapati recorded the highest, that is 68% growth. And Okrul, it is 30% growth. And Tamenglong, this is Naga area, 26% growth. And Chandel, which Chandel is mixed population of Kuki and Naga, there is only 21% growth. And in Churachandpur, 20% growth. So they are just trying it. Barkhaji, I will tell you that this is not only an ethnic class; it is an ethnic cleansing, meticulously planned by the state government and the Meitei community. So Because of that,
You are
they
making
come up
a
with
you are
lots of
saying
narrative.
you are making a very serious allegation. You are
Yeah,
saying this
I'm
is not
making
a
a very
clash.
serious allegation.
You are saying this is not a clash between two communities. It's an attempt at ethnic cleansing. That is
Yeah,
the words you
ethnic
are
cleansing.
using.
Yeah,
So this is your party in the state government. It is your
yeah,
party, your colleague, your chief minister from your
yeah.
party, chief minister of the
Mm,
whole state, of course, but he's a member of your party.
mm.
Do you,
Yeah,
and obviously there's no move to replace him. He is now trying to appeal for peace. In his Independence Day address, he said, "Forgive and forget."
no, uh, that is ridiculous. That is completely ridiculous, Barkhaji, because Biren Singh was even not an elected leader. He was an imposed leader by the central government. He's not an elected leader. He has never been elected by the legislative members of Manipur Assembly or BJP legislative members. He was an imposed leader, and after he in his second tenure, after he became the chief minister, what happened is he had been anti-Kuki for a long time when he was even in Congress party. You might have seen that Chuchanpur in 31st of 2015, because of that three bill, there was there was a huge protest from Chuchanpur and other tribal area, and nine of all young people have been killed, and all people all people did not want to bury the dead body, and it has been kept for months and months, and it was a huge issue. Even that time, Biren Singh was in the Congress and he was the drafting chairman of this infamous three bill. And after that, what happened in August August 2021, August 23rd, 2021, in his first tenure as chief minister, he forced the Manipur Assembly Speaker, Mr. Khemchan Singh, to induct 9 Meitei MLAs to be part of Hill Era Committee, which is a direct challenge to the rights of the tribals provided by Article 371C. And that time
You,
the central
you,
government intervened on time. They
you
intervened on time, and that order has been cancelled.
Okay,
And
okay, but now you
yeah,
are obviously a critic of Biren Singh, but you are a member of the BJP.
yeah, I'm
Do
a
you
member.
trust therefore the center to solve this problem? You're still with the BJP. You haven't left the BJP, correct?
Yeah, right now, uh, we are most of our MLAs, including me and most of our Kuki people, we supported BJP initially because our political dialogue with suspension operation group has been going on since 2008, and we are hoping for
Yes.
certain kind of solution. And solution will only come with the ruling dispensation. So
So it
because
is
of that,
also it has also been suggested that a peace accord was almost ready with these Kuki groups that have suspended operations, the Kuki Snoop
yeah,
groups.
exactly. That was supposed to happen, and after Biren Singh knew about it, and he created all this kind of he created this violence to sabotage the long peace process of long peace process that peace process of the Kuki people. So this is the issue. And Barkhaji, let me come to the beginning of that violence. And on the before the 3rd of May, there was a protest organized by ITLF, Indigenous Tribal Leaders Forum in Chuchanpur, against illegal eviction of Kuki villages in forest area. So when the rally was held, there was some of our people, they are so angry with chief minister high-handedness, so they shouted some derogatory words against Biren. So he was so angry, and then on the third, it was not a cookie rally. Now most of the media, they say that 3rd May against the inclusion of Meitei ST demand rally was cookie opposition. That opposition was not only from the Kuki, it was from the Naga. All tribal student union represent both Kukis and Naga. It under the banner that rally was organized, and it was very peaceful. But before the third rally, on the second of May, Biren Singh and some of his cahoots, there are some MLA involved in that. They organize a big Meitei public rally at Moira. And on the morning of 3rd May, They say they have started blocking all roads, highways leading to Kuki area. That is how the violence erupted. And now they are
Now,
accusing us. Now
yeah, Mr.
most of the Meitei, they are saying that the violence started in 3rd of May. That is not correct. It
I
has
was just
already
going.
begun in the
I
1st
was
and
just
2nd of May.
I was just going to say that depending on who you talk to, you get such a different account of things that I want to try and look forward as a last question and ask you, Mr. Mate,
Yeah,
what you have said union territory. Now,
yeah.
there is, Meithis say that's out of the question. Autonomy is possible. I want you to tell me, if you came face to face with the Prime Minister and you had 2 minutes with the Prime Minister, what would you say to him?
I'll be if I have one-on-one meeting with Honorable Prime Minister, I'll be telling him that Kukis are one of the most nationalist tribes in entire India, because of what father fought the British in 1970 to 1919 for 2 years.
Hmm.
In
Yes.
entire India, not even a single kingdom or a tribe can have the guts to put up a fight with the British for 2 years, 2 long years. That is one point. And in second, do, during the in 1944, when Subhash Chandra Bose tried to enter India along with Japanese force, Kukis are the only tribes in the entire Northeast who joined the INA in large number, Azad Hind force. We have all the data available with us. And then after Indian gain independence, we live as a free citizen, and we never
Yes.
claim any political rights in Manipur. Whereas our neighbors, both Meitei and Naga, they have been fighting against India for over 50, 60 years. And Cookies has never killed or never put anything against India. We have been
And what would you
nationalists.
and what
And
would you
then
like after?
I'll be telling him
Yes.
that with the kind of security scenario that is prevailing in Northeast, I will be asking him to to give us that union territory, not only for the safety of the Kuki, but for the interest of national security, so that anti-India elements who are who are hiding across the border, who have been disturbing the law and order, can be nipped to the bud. Nipped to the
Okay.
bud. Because if it is a union territory, then center will have a say on the security directly.
Yes,
So directly.
I hope you get your 2 minutes with the Prime Minister. I know many people in Manipur want the Prime Minister to take charge of the peace process and the dialogue directly in Manipur. It's a very serious situation. Even the Director General of the Assam Rifle said that he'd never seen anything like this in the Northeast. Mr. Mate, thank you for talking to us, and we will keep tracking the situation in Manipur. Thank you and take care.
Thank you. Thank you, Barkhaji, for having me.
Thank you, sir. It's great to see you here. Thank you for watching our work. If you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to click the bell icon and subscribe to Mojo Story and support independent, robust journalism.